Welcome to Zoptiks, an interactive online virtual field trip platform. Let me show you around and help you get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to create an account, whether you choose to purchase one field trip at a time or purchase a package deal where you get access to all of the field trips, you're going to need a login. So first, you're going to go to Zoptiks.com and click on Sign Up. You can sign up with your Google ID or an Apple ID, or you can enter account details below. You'll go ahead and create a username such as sample user and enter your email address. Choose a password and then agree to the terms of service. Once you've done that, you can complete your sign up, and that's all you have to do in order to have your sign up start. Once you've done that, you're automatically logged into your account and you're ready to get started. So once you have your login set up, you're going to need to purchase either your lifetime membership to Zoptiks or your individual field trips. To make your purchase, you're going to head back to your Zoptiks homepage by clicking on the Zoptiks logo in the upper left corner. And then you're going to either choose Find a Field Trip or Lifetime Deal. So the Lifetime Deal is going to be a one-time fee that you will pay upfront, and that will allow you access to all of the field trips for the duration of your use for Zoptiks. So you won't ever have to pay for an additional field trip. Currently, there is a special running for early birds. Since this is currently being filmed while the platform is launching, early birds will get a discount. You can get a lifetime membership for only $80. However, later on, that price could change. If you want to purchase your virtual field trip membership, you will add that to your cart. And then I can see over here in my cart, I have a lifetime membership for $80 plus tax. I'm going to close out my cart here and go back to the Zoptiks homepage. And this time I'm going to click on Find a Field Trip. You could also access that from the Find a Field Trip up on your menu bar. This is going to take me to the individual field trips where I can purchase just one field trip at a time. So if you're not ready to commit to the actual lifetime membership, you can instead purchase field trips one at a time. Now, I am logged into an account that has a lifetime membership on it, so you'll see that my prices are adjusted to $0. However, if you have not purchased the lifetime membership, the cost is $10 currently for these field trips. When you want to purchase one of the field trips, you will simply add it to your cart. So once you've made your decision about what you want to purchase, whether it's the lifetime membership deal or individual field trips, and you are ready to check out, I'm going to remove the lifetime membership for now. And you are ready to check out, you will click the check out button at the bottom. Here is where you will start to enter your billing information. So you'll enter your first name, last name, and an optional phone number. Then you will click Continue to Payment. Here is where you will enter your payment information. I currently only have a free item in my cart, so my payment option is free. However, over on the right-hand side, I could see that if I wanted to add back in that lifetime membership deal, I can click on that and add it to my cart. I'll do that just so that you can see the payment options. So I added that lifetime membership back into my cart. Now you can see it, since my cart is not a $0 balance, the payment options that I have. You can choose to pay with PayPal, a credit or debit card, cryptocurrency, and the gold and gems payment options are things that you earn within the actual field trips. These items are typically going to be used as payment for things in the souvenir shop. However, you can, if you have enough gold, it's 1 gold coin per cent. So for example, if I was going to be purchasing the African Safari field trip and I didn't have a lifetime membership, that cost would be $10, which means I would need to have 1,000 gold coins in order to purchase that. So the gold and the gems are earned within the platform. All other payment options are PayPal, credit card, or cryptocurrency. When you are ready to check out and you've entered your payment information, you will click on Review Order. For this video, I'm just going to remove that lifetime membership deal again so that I have a $0 balance to go on to the next step. So once you've completed your payment information, you're going to go to double check that you have the correct information entered and your correct payment options. Then you are going to make sure you click I have read and agree to the terms. And if you choose, you can have the checkbox to receive marketing emails. This is just going to let you know if there's any specials or deals. If you do not want to receive those, you can uncheck that box and complete your order. Once your order is complete, you'll see the order confirmed page and you will receive an email invoice for your purchase. I'm going to go ahead and click on our passport. Okay, so this is the view from our passport. You can see that I have several field trips available in my passport. You can see all of your field trips under your field trips. When you are ready to start working in one of the field trips, you can click on the Continue button. Click Continue again, and that's going to launch the field trip. You'll be able to navigate through the different modules over here on the left-hand side of your screen. And once you have completed an activity, you will see a green check mark come up next to it. So you can see that the African Safari is already check mark, which helps me keep track of what I have done within the field trip. You do not have to work through the field trip from start to finish. You can jump around within the field trip and do things in whatever order is appealing to you. If you would like to hide the menu panel while you are working, you can click Hide Panel, and that will give you a full screen view of your module. Or you can open back up the panel to navigate to different activities within the field trip. When you are done working within the field trip for the time being, if you would like to go back to your passport, you'll click the little left arrow in the top left corner of the screen. And that will take you back to your passport. While you are in the field trip, you can leave notes about things, questions you have, things that you've learned, things that you might want to look up more information about. In order to do that, you're going to click on the Notes tool. It looks like a little Post-it note here in your field trip. And then you can click on Add a Comment. I wonder if hippos would make good pets. Add comment. And if I want to go back to my navigation panel, I will click this back button. There is also an option to make public comments or see what other people have said. This is one of the social features of the field trip platform, which in order to access does have to have parent permission for anyone under the age of 13. If they want to add a comment, that is a public comment, which means anyone that's working on this field trip can also see their comments, or they can ask a question and have it answered by the community. When you're done working in the field trip, you can go back, click the left arrow to go back and view your passport. Here, if I go back into that field trip, before clicking continue again, I can see any notes that I have left on that field trip here under the notes tab. So I can access any notes that I have made throughout working on the field trip here. Or if I were to have add a question to a group, I could also view that here. Once you're done working in the field trip, if you want to go back to your dashboard, you're going to click on the smiley face in the top right corner and then click on dashboard. This is going to take you out of your passport back to the main home page or your dashboard within Zoptiks. Here in your dashboard, you can manage your profile and your account. You can do things like change your avatar, which is this little image that comes up above your name. You can change any of your profile information, notifications, friend requests, and so on. You can work on or make changes to your account, like your password or email information. You can manage any classrooms that you are a part of. You can manage your membership. Here in the middle, it says manage your membership. You can also manage that from your account. And you can shop for new field trips. Every field trip is fully loaded with interactive and informative video content. Each field trip has slightly different interactive video options, so let's take a look at what some of those look like. Each time you open up a field trip, it's not going to be the same old experience every time. The variety keeps things fresh and engaging from one topic to the next. Here's some of the video options that you might see come up in your field trips. First, let's take a look at this ancient Egypt field trip. The very first topic or module in the field trips is video journeys, and that's where you're going to see all of the interactive video content listed. You'll notice with this particular field trip option for ancient Egypt, there are two video journey options. The first is daily life in ancient Egypt, and the second one is the immersive virtual reality. We will talk about the immersive virtual reality in just a minute, but this very first one, Daily Life in Ancient Egypt, is going to be a documentary style video. It's going to be full of information and it's going to spark learners' critical thinking. The videos are vibrant and exciting. They're visually appealing and they'll keep your learners engaged throughout the entire time. When you start the video, you'll notice there isn't any sound to begin with. So you'll want to make sure that down at the bottom where the volume button is, you'll have to actually turn on the volume in order to hear it before it will start playing. So just make sure that if you don't hear the volume, that you take a look down below.
Perfect introduction to the daily life of the average population living in ancient Egypt.
Another really great video option feature that you'll see in some of the field trips is something called a hologram video. So here in the African Safari field trip, we see that there is an interactive video option called the African Safari with holograms. And this particular type of video is going to have bookmarks along the way with a menu where we can choose to go to specific animals. And each one of these is also going to draw us towards a hologram. So if I choose to go look at the giraffes, it's going to jump me ahead to the giraffes, where I'll then be able to see the hologram pull up and I can go right into that virtual hologram that is also available under Zoopedia. And finally, the last type of interactive video that you'll come across is going to be this 360 virtual reality, or like it was called in the ancient Egypt one, just virtual reality. The 360-degree virtual reality videos are going to allow you to watch a video, but you'll also be able to move around within the video to look around at the environment that you're seeing. These virtual reality videos are fun and engaging, and they'll make you feel like you are right there in the same environment that the animals are in your video. So make sure you take some time to look at all of the video options available in your field trips, and remember that each field trip is fresh and new, so they're going to be a little bit different from one trip to the next. Zoptiks holograms are a fun and easy way to make your home come alive with the learning that you're doing online. Let's take a look at some of the 4D holograms and how you can use them to transform your space. First, we're going to go ahead and navigate to one of our field trips. We'll go ahead and do the Ocean Explorers field trip. Once I open my field trip, I'm going to navigate to the second module. The first module is the interactive videos, and the second module will be named either Zoopedia or 4D holograms. Once you expand the second module, you'll see all of the 4D holograms that are available. We'll go ahead and pick the Jiggly Jellyfish. Once it loads, you're going to notice a variety of different content available. This particular one has some literature that you can read about the animal. There are some videos. We'll come back to this part. Again, another video, and then there's going to be some more images and pictures available as you continue to scroll down. We will go back up to the one that I skipped over to begin with. This one is the actual 4D hologram. So you'll notice that it has the Zoptiks logo in the bottom left corner and a QR code in the top right corner. This hologram is very versatile. We'll talk about a couple of things that you can do with it. So first of all, within the actual hologram, you can drag and move it around. So I can grab it and I can spin it and turn it and look at it from different directions. I can zoom in and zoom out. If I click on the QR code, it's just going to open another tab with that QR code and some instructions for scanning. QR code, open your camera on your tablet or smartphone, hold it up to the QR code and click the link at the top of your screen. It's going to take you to the QR code where you are going to scan your room. You're just going to stand in one spot and spin around in a full circle while your camera tool takes a scan of the room. Once you have completed scanning the room, you will see that the HD hologram is going to come alive right there in your space. You can make it bigger or smaller, and you'll notice there's a little bubble next to the top of the hologram that'll tell you how big or how small it is compared to real life within your space. You can move the hologram around within your space. You can make it bigger, smaller, spin it around, and just have fun playing around with pretending like that animal is actually in your living. If you are viewing the field trip on your smartphone or your tablet devices, when you get to the hologram in the field trip, you will also see this small icon where the yellow arrow is pointing to. It is a white circle, and then it has an outline of a cube. If you tap on that, it will take you right to the 4D hologram where you can scan your space and have the hologram come to life within your space. So if you are already on a smartphone or tablet, you get a shortcut to using your camera tool. If you are not on a smartphone or tablet, you will scan a QR code to do the same. Have fun joining in with your holograms. Have a dance, take a picture, all sorts of fun things you can do in the frame with your holograms. Explore your hologram as if it was right there in your living room. You can walk around all different sides of it and view it from different angles. You can walk through it and among the different parts of it. You can look at it from overhead or underneath. You can also zoom in and out of your hologram, make it bigger and smaller. You can turn it around to change the angle. The holograms are also a great learning tool as you can zoom into different parts to see what they actually look like and explore around all different sides of the hologram. See if you can name the different parts of the heart. Tap the white circle on the screen to take a screenshot of the hologram. Have fun posing for pictures with the holograms. and have a unique photo shoot that you can share with your friends. Google Earth Voyages are a great immersive experience. Learners can travel around the globe from the comfort of their own computers. They'll be able to zoom in on locations about topics that they're learning about, and they'll get more information and learn more about those topics. Let's take a look at some of the Google Earth Voyages in some of our Zoptiks field trips. So here in our passport, I'm going to choose one of the field trips that I have access to. And let's start with the Savannah field trip, the African safari. So once I open the field trip, I'm going to navigate to the exploration stations and choose the Google Earth Voyage. Once I launch the Google Earth Voyage, it's going to open a new tab in my browser where I can launch the Google Earth Voyage. So I'm going to click Explore Now, and then it's going to start my program. So here I'm going to see it's taking me around the Earth. I'm headed to my first location, which is the Tembe Elephant Park. So here over on the right, I can see that this is the Tembe Elephant Park. I can read a little bit about the Tembe Elephant Park. And then if I click on this little image in the front corner or in the top corner, I'm going to see a video pop up where I can play a live feed of the elephant park in real time. So this is exactly what it looks like there. This is a great topic of conversation because I am on the other side of the Earth. Right now it is nighttime there, but where I am, it is daytime. So not only are we going to learn more about the elephant park and things that are related to the safari field trip, but it's also a great eye-opener to see that we are in different parts of the world and start to see what it's like in other parts of the world from where you are. Down here in the corner, I'm going to click next, and it's going to take me to another option or another location. Here we are moving over to the Tau Waterhole. Here we are in South Africa, and I can again read a little bit about the Tau Waterhole, and I can play a live feed of what that waterhole currently looks like. Not all Google Voyages or Google Earth Voyages are exactly the same. This one here I've pulled up is our Ocean Explorers field trip. And as you can see from the very beginning, this is slightly different than what the Safari Google Earth Voyage looked like. So over here on the right-hand side, I have a table of contents where I can choose the different part of the world that I want to look at. I think I will go to Japan this time around. And this particular Google Earth Voyage allows me to move around the screen in 3D. So I can take a look at this ocean scene, three-dimensional. I can move around the coral. I can see the different fish. I can look up and down at the seafloor. And also in the top right-hand corner, I have some literature. I can read a little bit more about this particular area, and I can continue to arrow over to different locations within the Japan area that I have chosen. If I want to go back and choose a different part of the world, I can click on Table of Contents, and I can travel around to a different part of the world, possibly the Caribbean this time. So this Google Earth Voyage does look slightly different than the first one, but this one also offers us an immersive experience, some 3D video or 3D images, and lots of literature to help us learn more about the different areas that we're looking at. And this last one that we'll look at together is part of the space exploration field trip, where we're exploring areas on Earth that have similarities to Mars. So in this particular field trip, I can zoom in on a location. It is going to take me directly into that location as if I am there myself, where I then can move around the scene and see this 3D image of the location. I can read more about this particular area, which is the Houghton Crater. And if I want to see some more images of this one, I can click on the top right corner where I see the picture, and I can arrow through a series of photographs of this area. Make sure that you do not miss out on the Google Earth Voyages. They are an exceptional addition to any field trip and will have a ton of information with hours and hours of learning, exploration, and a great addition to help branch out of your own location and help your learners expand their mind into understanding what the earth is like in different parts of the world. Each field trip has a variety of fun and challenging interactive activities, as well as adaptive quizzes with just the right amount of challenge. These activities and quizzes are designed to appeal to a wide range of learners. So they're not specific to a certain age or skill level. They are designed to appeal to learners of all ages. So let's take a look at some of the interactive activities available in the field trip. So first we'll go ahead and look at the safari field trip. In here, we're going to find a lot of really great options for interactive activities listed under the interactive workbooks. So first I will see the first option is a matching game. So this is going to be just like a memory game. So you'll flip over cards until you find a match. And once you find a match, it's going to say, oh, congratulations, you got a match down at the bottom. And when I finally finish finding all the matches, it'll say, great job. And I'll have an option to do it over again, and it'll mix them all up in another, a different order. So you can play this game time after time. Another one of the interactive activities is a word search. So the Safari word search has a list of words that I'm going to find in the word search area. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see that better. So the first one I need to find is ranger. So I have found ranger here. I'm going to just click and highlight the word ranger, and it's going to check it off of the list. Once I think that I have found all of the words, I can check my work, and it will tell me I have only found 1 out of 10. If I am really stuck and I couldn't find some, I could show the solutions, and it'll show me where the missing words or the ones that I missed are. One of the really awesome features in these interactive activities is this game called Speak Swahili. So for this African safari, it speaks Swahili, but for different field trips, it would have, of course, different types of content. So on this one, when I'm ready to say this word or to try this word, I'm going to click on push to speak, and it will tell me if I'm saying the word correctly. Dio. Dio. I'm not really sure how to say that word. It's going to tell me the correct answer is Ndio, but I still don't know how to pronounce that. So I gave it a good try. I can go to the next one and try this one. Hapana. Hapana. Okay, so that one I was able to get right. So this is a really fun and interesting tool to help me learn how to say different words or to practice saying different words that are connected to the topics that we're learning about. The hotspot finder is a fun interactive image that lets me look for things within the image. So here in the weekend at the farm field trip, I have a picture of the farm where I am supposed to find the farm animals. So I'm going to go ahead and click on some of the farm animals, and it'll tell me if I got it correct. So the green check mark, that means that the rooster is a farm animal. The rabbit is a farm animal, the sheep. But if I click on the scarecrow, it's going to say red X. No, that's not a farm animal. It's also going to tell me down at the bottom that I have found 3 out of 12 farm animals. So I'm going to want to keep going until I have found all 12 of the farm animals. The drag and drop activities are a finish the story type of activity. So I'm going to read the story. I'm going to pick the things that I think go in the blanks, and then I can check my work at the end. So this one says that one day a news reporter went to an interview a farmer and asked him about his secret to success. Days of research before the interview revealed to the reporter that blank would always share his best producing seeds with the blank. So in this one, I am going to say the farmer would share his best producing seeds with the neighboring farms. Once I have completed the story, I can check my answers, and I can see that those 2 were correct. I got 2 out of the 11, And if I didn't get something correct and I was really stuck on it, I could show the solution. It would tell me what the correct answers are. And then I can retry it if I'd like. As you can see, there is a great variety of different interactive activities for learners of all ages. Younger learners can absolutely access some of the more difficult activities like the drag and drop with a little bit of help and support. They still can do the thinking, but they might need some help doing the reading. And older learners can have fun playing games like memory and finding things in the hotspot pictures. So make sure that you check out all of the interactive activities with your learners for each of the field trips. At Zoptiks, a team of teachers and educational professionals have created content that aligns with national standards in both reading, writing, science, and social studies. So let's take a look at some of the content that you'll see throughout the field trips. In the exploration stations near the Google Earth Voyages, you'll also see a series of slideshows and other educational content. So here I have an Introduction to Oceans slideshow as part of the Ocean Explorers field trip, which has been created by the educational professionals here at Zoptiks to make sure that the content is high quality and aligned to standards. Here you'll also see a teacher's lesson guide, which can be used by teachers or other adults alike to help guide the students through different learning experiences within the field trip. There's also other content such as these printable worksheets at the Weekend at the Farm field trip that are also specific to skills that are covered within science, social studies, reading, and writing. No matter what field trip your learners are working with, there will be high quality, interactive, and instructional material that is standards aligned with national standards and created by our educational team here at Zoptiks. Zoptiks is a fun and motivating platform for learners. Not only is the content immersive and the activities are interactive, the content is instructional, and as they learn, they can track their progress and earn tokens along the way. Those tokens can actually be used to purchase real souvenirs and gifts, which we'll talk about in another segment. But here I just want to show you a little bit about what it looks like for students as they're moving through the content and a little bit about that motivation and that game aspect of the platform. So here I can see my progress on all of my available field trips. The one that I've been working on the most has been the African safari. So if I go into my African safari field trip, I can see that I am 92% of the way complete with it. So if I go into continue, I'm going to finish up this activity. So the only activity that I do not have a check mark next to is the very first activity, which is the quiz. You can see I have a check mark next to everything else. So here I'm going to go into my trivia tester and I am going to complete this activity and wrap up my very last part of this field trip. Okay, so I've wrapped up my quiz. I did not do a great job. I also didn't answer all the questions. So let's make sure that our learners are not taking shortcuts like I did. But for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you what it looks like to complete all the activities. So here I now have a check mark next to the trivia tester, and I'm going to navigate all the way down to the very last activity under Time to Fly Home, which is We Love Feedback. So I'm going to click on that very last activity. I can leave feedback here, and then when I am done leaving my feedback, I'm going to click on the bottom that says Complete Course. Okay, now that I have completed my African safari field trip, I can see that it is 100% complete. And if I go ahead back to my home page, I can see, let's go back to the home page, and I'll be able to see under points that I now have 121 points. Previously, it was like 11 points. So by completing that field trip, I have earned some additional points. Those points can be used in the souvenir store later on to redeem for prizes and different souvenirs. From your dashboard, you can also check out the quests. Quests are just different activities that you can do within the field trips. Quests are like challenges or explorations, and when you complete quests, you earn coins or points that can be used in the souvenir shop or to purchase more field trips. For example, one of the quests is to post more than 10 profile activities in one day at the Weekend in the Farm field trip. Currently, this is not a quest that I've completed, so it is still locked. But down here, you can see the Ancient Rome quest has been completed. This is one where you visit any post 50 times within the Ancient Rome field trip. And for completing that, I've unlocked it. I can see other people who have completed it, and I have earned 60 gold coins. Badges are similar to quests. You'll complete activities to unlock a badge and earn either gems or gold rewards, which you can then use to purchase more field trips or souvenirs from the souvenir shop. The badges are a little bit less specific than quests. They are not tied to individual field trips, but general activity within the platform. And finally, you can see your points and your gold coins and your gem balance up at the top of your screen. And you can also click on points to look at that a little bit more in detail. One of the really great features about Zoptiks field trips is that you can redeem the coins that you earn along the way for actual tangible prizes and souvenirs. Instead of other platforms that use those coins for digital rewards, Zoptiks uses coins for tangible, actual real life rewards. So let's take a look at what some of the options in the souvenir shop are right now and how you can use your coins to purchase them. So first of all, you're going to go over to, we have two options for reward items. We can look at either zoo cards or souvenirs. You can find those at the bottom of the left-hand pane. If you do not see that, you can click the 4 squares at the top to open up this options menu. You can also go to zoo cards and souvenirs under the Learn More menu. So let's first check out the zoo cards. Zoo cards are postcards with information about different zoo animals. You can purchase them either with actual money using a credit card or PayPal, or you can purchase them with your coins. When you find something that you're interested in that you would like to purchase, you can add it to your cart. Let's go ahead and add this giraffe zoo card to our cart for now. Okay, so we have one giraffe zoo card here in our cart. And before we go to check out, let's take a look at some of the other souvenir options. So under souvenirs, we can see some of the other prizes available for purchase and what the dollar price is for those items. Okay, let's go back to our shopping cart. Here up in the top right corner, the little bag is our shopping cart. We have our giraffe zoo card in there, and let's go ahead and look at what it looks like to use our coins to check out. So we will click on check out and go ahead and enter your shipping address and information. Then click continue to payment. Now on the continue to payment page is where you're going to choose your payment method. You can choose PayPal, credit card, cryptocurrency, or you can purchase with your gold or gems. I'm going to choose that we're going to purchase with gold. My billing information is the same as my shipping, and I can review and place my order. Okay, my payment is gold. I am paying a total of $2.64 worth of gold, which translates into coins. And I will go ahead and complete my order. Okay, it'll say that my order is confirmed. They have sent me an invoice for my purchase, and I will just wait for it to arrive in the mail. Here are my order details. You can see at the order summary, I spent 264 of my gold coins. So each coin is converting to 1 cent of actual dollars. So $2.64 cost me 264 coins. The Zoptiks website is fully loaded with a variety of different accessibility features that help make the website adaptable and accessible for different types of learners with different types of needs. So let's take a look at the accessibility menu and some of the things that we can do and change within that menu. So no matter where you are here in the website, you are going to see this little person over here on the right-hand side, and that is the accessibility menu. When I click on the person, it is going to open up a very long accessibility menu with a lot of different features, which we'll go over together right now. So first at the top, we have a couple of preset modes. These modes change some different features within the website to help us with different needs, such as visually impaired mode, which increases the contrast and makes it a little easier to read. The ADHD friendly mode adds this little light bar, which helps us focus our attention and kind of darkens out some of the distractions within the website. Or the epilepsy safe mode, which is going to mute the colors to just make it a little bit less visually stimulating. If we scroll down, we'll see the online dictionary. This is going to be a great area for us to search. It's going to be, it's like a shortcut to Wikipedia. So if I type in here dinosaur, I can click on learn more on Wikipedia and it will take me to learn more about that definition. So this is a great thing to remember as you're working through the field trips. There will be questions that come up and interesting facts that you might want to learn more about. And this online dictionary can take you quickly to Wikipedia to help you find out more information on the topics that you're learning about. Then we have the readable experience, and there's a number of different things or features within the readable experience, such as the text magnifier. When I have that selected, everything that I hover over is going to be larger, which is going to make it a little easier for me to read. Changing to a readable font or something that is dyslexia friendly, which again is another font change. That font change is a little bit easier for children that have dyslexia or readers with dyslexia to be able to decipher than the typical font. Some highlighting the titles is an option which will help us narrow down our vision to be focused on very specific things within the website. Highlighting links, changing, there's the font size. These are all defaults, the line height and letter spacing. We can change the alignment if we need to. We can change to a dark contrast or a light contrast, high contrast, or no, monochromed. If we need it more saturated or less saturated, depending on stimulation and just visual needs. We can adjust the text color if that is helpful to us. We can adjust the title colors, again, if that's helpful. Some of these visual things could be preferences, and they could also just make it easier for us to read if it's distracting or if we have any kind of visual challenges. Then we can adjust the background color. Put that back to adjust the background color. Oh, I'll make it back to black like it was before. Oh, I don't know what it was before. Oh, okay. I can mute the sound, hide images. I can add a virtual keyboard, a reading guide. This is really helpful for tracking text, especially in some of the modules where there is quite a bit of reading, especially online. Reading can be really challenging to keep track of where you are within a text. So this added reading guide is super helpful. We can add a reading mask, which is that light bar again, helps us stay focused on certain areas or to track from line to line as we're reading. We can stop animations and a number of other accessibility features here. If I want to go back and reset everything, for example, I've changed a lot of these colors. Now it's made it hard for me. I can go ahead and click on reset, which you can't see right now, reset settings. And that's just going to shift everything back to the way it was to begin with. Now I can see exactly how it was initially. And if I want to turn on any of those features, again, my accessibility menu is always right here. I can also move it if I want to keep it out of the way. I do not recommend hiding it forever, but if you want to just close it out for the time being, you can click on the X and it's going to go away to just that little teeny tiny circle, which shouldn't be in your way at all. It's a really great feature to have. Like I said, even if you're not going to use the accessibility features, the online dictionary is something that is always available as a quick shortcut to Wikipedia. So make sure you check out the accessibility features and turn on anything that helps make the website a little more accessible or easier to use for you. And don't forget about the Wikipedia shortcut. Zoptiks has made sure to include features that they know are important to parents. One of them is the COPPA compliance. COPPA is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, which ensures that children under 13 do not have access to social interactions without parent permission. Take a look at the COPPA requirements here on Zoptiks. It is incredibly important to us that our students and learners are safe online and making sure that parents are looped into what is going on at all times. In order for a parent to sign a COPPA permission slip to allow their under 13-year-old child to participate in social activities in the Zoptiks platform, they can fill out a virtual permission slip allowing their child to have access to those social features. Also, parents can stay on top of their child's activities here in the student portal. So when you go to Passport, over on the left-hand side, you'll be able to locate the activity pane or the activity feature. And it's going to be an activity log that shows all of the activity that the learners are taking online in their Zoptiks program. So it'll show any activity that they have in their field trips, as well as activity that they may have in any of their classrooms or social platforms.